Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for Mount Ordeals. This is the new MSQ trial made available by patch 6.3 in Final Fantasy XIV, God's Revel, Lands Tremble. If your group is lining up to flame you because Ruby can't figure out the puzzle mechanics, I'm here to let you know you can do it. My name is Miztech and I'll be your trial guide. While there are no mechanics that will push you off the platform, you can still manually walk off the edge, so be careful. Inferno will deal high raid-wide damage. Shield and heal as necessary. Throughout the encounter, Ruby will jump to the center, face east, and cleave the outside of the arena, engulfing that side in flames. This cast doesn't deal any damage and simply changes the aesthetic of the arena for this mini phase. 3 discs will appear over the platform, each with 8 spokes or segments, indicated by these lines that lead to triangle markers on the outer edge of the arena. The boss will turn in a random direction and begin to cast Ordeal of Purgation. The line his eventual cast will affect is indicated by this extra orange line that players can follow from the boss in the center to the triangle marker on the edge of the arena. The edge marker targeted by the active line will be the one to cast its massive triangle attack across the platform. All players must identify which marker will be exploding and adjust to either side of it as quickly as possible. Once the cast goes off, all players will be stuck to the platform and unable to move until the edge marker attack goes off. Players will need to pre-position in the appropriate areas before this occurs to avoid getting hit. In the next round, the active line isn't as direct as the first time, so be sure to follow the squiggly part to the appropriate edge marker and adjust to dodge the attack as necessary. These attacks will deal high damage and place a stacking vulnerability up debuff on any one hit, so do your best to avoid getting blasted. After the second round of line and edge markers, the mini phase ends and the platform will return to normal. Shattering Heat will target the primary target for a heavy hitting tank buster, cooldown and heal as necessary. The boss will jump into the center and begin to cast Arch Inferno. Large circles will appear over the southwest and northeast sections of the platform that will begin to rotate clockwise. The boss will also have a fire tornado forming over him that will not allow players to move between the 2 available safe zones. All players will need to rotate with a circle blast to avoid getting hit. During this time, the boss will cast Conflagration, a large line attack through the center of the platform. Avoid this as you move with the rotating circle AoEs. The boss will then cast Radial Flagration and 8 conal attacks will radiate out from him. Dodge these as well. The rotating circles will continue until you've made a full rotation of the platform. The boss will return to the center and another line and marker mini phase begins. This time, one of the 3 platform segments will rotate, indicated by these rotating arrows. Players will have to identify the new line path that will form after the rotation completes, as this will affect which edge marker will be active. Each rotation will only move the segment 1 spoke in the direction of the arrows, allowing players to predict the incoming shape of the line to determine which edge marker will be activated. Once you figure it out, run to either side of that marker before you get stuck in place to avoid getting hit. Again, after 2 rounds of this line and marker combo, the platform will return to normal. The boss will then become invulnerable and 4 adds will appear over the platform. The tanks can pick these adds up while everyone else dodges the circle and conal attacks from the adds. Destroy the big center add first, as it will continuously cast a raid-wide blast that adds a stacking fire debuff on every player until it's destroyed. All of the adds will need to be destroyed before the boss gauge hits 100 or you will die. Tank busters can also occur during this time, so don't forget those cooldowns. Once all of the adds are destroyed, the boss will begin to cast Blazing Rapture, covering the platform in fire and dealing high raid-wide damage. Cooldown, shield, and heal as necessary. The boss will enter a cutscene here, which will light his cloak on fire, empowering him and his attacks. Inferno will now also target all players with circle attacks and apply a 15-second bleed debuff. Spread to avoid overlapping and get those healer buttons ready. Flame Rake will form a spinning arrow indicator underneath the boss. Where this marker stops spinning indicates the direction of the incoming line attack. As soon as the spinning arrows stop, adjust into the safe area to avoid getting hit. This attack will also move out towards the edges from where it first originated, so players will have to move into the initial attack to avoid the next set of attacks. Soul Scald will target all players with line attacks. Spread to avoid overlap. These attacks will send out adds to the outside of the platform that will soon turn back and attack in the same direction. Players will need to move in between these second line attacks to avoid getting hit. Dual Fire will target the first and second enmity targets with very wide conal tank busters. Avoid overlap and use those cooldowns. Sweeping Immolation will target half of the arena for a cleave attack, while 1 player is marked for stack up. Stand together in the safe half of the arena to share the incoming damage. From this point, all mechanics, including those seen before the cutscene, will repeat until the boss is down. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Up next, we'll check out the extreme version of this trial. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.